Good afternoon, cyber traders. Welcome back for the afternoon meeting on this June 12th. How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. Greg, good to see you. Eric, good to see you. Ken, good to see you all. All right, good. See you, Lita. All right. So overall, end up being a really good day for a Monday, coming back from a really hot day, record-breaking weather here in New York. Don't know where you are, and where I kind of do know where a lot of you are from logged in, but overall, it ended up being a very profitable day, and there's been a lot of good moves. We're going to talk about some of the big winners. And also what we talked about this morning. We had a lot of good movers that did move this morning on our watch list, like the one of them, which was pretty cool. I want to bring up this one stock, WIT, and this is what swing trading could happen to you. And then you wake up in pre-market, you go from $10.50, wake up in the morning at $5.50, and let me tell you, I've seen this before. I can't remember exactly when, but I know it was years ago. But I know some of you looked at this stock early in the pre-market. If you just happened to do the bottom fish when you logged in at 8:30 this morning, and if you got this stock at 570, and I know it just got halted and opened up, oh my God, whatever news that came out overnight was completely false. You cashed in on that trade. I mean, that was one big fat cash register. But what a nice move right there. Anyway. Nice little move, and there were a couple other ones that I want to check out. Specifically, our best trade so far for this morning was the XBIT, and a lot of you guys did really, really well with that trade. You could see it. Let me just zoom out right here. You could see that stock was a great move for this morning. Stock went from $4 to $5.50. We got to do a couple of shout-outs over here because some of you did unbelievably. Who did great on this stock. Andrea had 2,000 shares on that trade, made 54 cents on that trade. Let's give him a round of applause. I always feel like I'm pulling out your name, Andrea. Lita, she traded the GTXI. We'll talk about that in a minute. But also Ron F. did really well on that one, too. He made 54 cents on that trade. So overall, Lita did really well on the GTX, but I want to do one big shout out for Ken Thal. Ken Thal made about $1,000 today. He hasn't had a losing trade all day today, which is great. He's just like he's running with the ball. Give him a round of applause. Go Ken. Keep it up, Ken. There's your $250,000 a year that you always wanted. A lot easier than doing a lot more easier doing this, right, Ken, than doing your pharmacist. Am I right? I think that's what it was. Unbelievable, right? Good for you. Anyway, so what else do we have going on this morning? Listen, there were a couple other good stocks that were pretty good. I mean, the XBIT is pretty much over. That one's done. I know some of us were looking at some of the ETFs, some of the gold stocks like Nugget and JNUT, but that GTXI, let me just bring that up really quick because I told you that, I actually gave you that stock. I said, look at this stock around 12:30. Now, we're not a big fan trading around 12:30, but it was just the higher highs. Just happened, you know what, I was actually doing a presentation today at 1 o'clock with timing research, and I saw that thing. I had to get ready at 1 o'clock, so I was stuck here anyway. But I'm like, you know what, guys, check out this stock really quick. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Everyone started hitting that bad boy up. Akira made 36 cents. Ron F. made 57 cents on it. Everyone just kept on just ringing that bell on that one right there. So who else? Lita did really well. She made Lita made 38 cents on that trade. So listen, not bad for a day's pay. You do 1,000 shares of that, not bad. Now I still like it going into this afternoon, so I'm going to keep the GTXI on my watch list. The XBIT is pretty much done, so that one's pretty much gone and is over. But you could see, listen, how many of you, and I know we have some trial members, I know I have some YouTube people that are watching right now that are going to be watching this. When was the last time have you ever seen or been in a stock that was up 80% in one day? I'm not talking about overnight. If you look at this stock right here, 350, right at 10 o'clock, went all the way up to about 450, and then boom, thing goes, and look at that, just made a pop right now. Somebody's must be watching us right now. Somebody must be watching and streaming this at the same time. Big order must just came in there. But look at that big move right there, right up to about 575. Isn't that awesome? I'll tell you, you got to love this job. All right. More fun, right, Ken? There you go. All right. So anyway, biggest percentage gainer on the in the market right now. XBIT is up 36%, second biggest gainer, but I don't see that stock being has any movement at all. It looks like it just kind of made its run, and that's pretty much done with that one. So don't look like that's going to be worth watching going into this afternoon. There were a couple of other ones out there, like the NK, but 17%, a million shares, not really something that I think will be worth our time. You had this one up about 2.7 million shares, 13%. I don't know, not really worth it. Not a good stock. There were a couple of them here and there. This one, it's nice. It looks like it's going higher, but I don't know. I can't sit here and watch a stock go up. From this morning, literally went up about 15 cents in a matter of 2.5 hours. I mean, no, what I'm saying, 4.5 hours. I'm not interested in that. Now, we had a couple of losers that did come up from nowhere. The Chris trade, the CHRS. That was the CHRS was a morning stock that I did give you this morning. It did have a nice little dead cat bounce, but it wasn't a big bounce. It was up $1. It's okay. Only bad thing I didn't. One of the things I did not like about it at all is that it's had that 5-cent spread. All right, so we had to be careful about that one. But I still like it going into the close. All right, so I'm going to put that one on our watch list. And then, there were a couple of shorts here, but just the volume was just so light on them. Like the TEL, trending going down, but just light volume. Even like this one, CRF, great move, up 17%, dropped down to 15. Did I think it's a short? I don't think so. I don't really see that much out there. So we got about 3 or 4 stocks that we can watch going into the close. I'll throw them in there, but overall, guys, we did great this morning. We did really, really well. We made our money. It is such a beautiful day out there. Go spend it. Go enjoy it. So, but if you didn't, and you guys are going to stick around going to the close, we'll stick around going to the close. See what happens. But we had a really good morning. We had a couple of good picks. Surprisingly, we had a couple of nice moves in the middle of the day, like that. The GTXI. So we only really realistically need one. All right, did I miss anything that I did not call out, fellow traders? Cyber traders, anything I missed? Well, I got that one, Ken Thal. That one's on the list. The CHRS. Okay, George is saying, Fausto, what about the Twitter? The TWTR trade? Oops, typed in the wrong button. Now, the problem with TWTR, it's a brand name stock. We know the stock. You're dealing with the best traders on Wall Street. She did make a little bit of a move this morning. She is trending up a little bit. You just got to be really careful with this one. I'll throw it on the watch list, but George, I'd be really cautious about Twitter. Twitter, it's kind of tough to trade. A lot of nasty shakes in it and everything like that. Anything else that I missed? By the way, I just want to bring one stock up there. Look at that GE trade. Remember I told you about GE being a brand name stock? What did GE end up doing? It opened up this morning and didn't go anywhere. See that? So, it's so funny when you hear people talking about, oh, you got to trade this, you got to trade that, you got to trade this. What is what it is. When you deal with brand names, that's what's going to happen from there. So you got to be careful with those. All right. So I think we got a pretty good, a decent list, not a great list, but a decent list to see how things go. And going into this close. All right, guys, good luck today. Happy trading, and see what happens going into 4 o'clock.